we have a target PDUFA date of August 15th, 2025. So we're very pleased to have the peer-reviewed publication of the article now available online.
All right, welcome back inside our proactive newsroom. And joining me now is Dr. Seth Lederman. He is the CEO of Tonix Pharmaceuticals. And Dr. Lederman, good to see you again. How are you?
I'm well. Thanks for having me on, Steve.
Yeah, so two really interesting news releases out from the company talking about two different candidates that you have. The first one I want to address is TNX 801, and some really interesting data came out about that recently.
Thank you. Yes, we presented new data about that at a European Vaccine Congress. And the important thing we announced was that we are going to pursue a subcutaneous formulation of TNX 801 as our primary candidate to prevent Mpox and smallpox.
Dr. Lederman, maybe you can explain to us why that's so significant.
We believe our vaccine is close to the vaccine that was used by Edward Jenner more than 220 years ago. Edward Jenner, in about 1800, discovered the first vaccine, and he called it Vaccinia. And that was the vaccine that eradicated smallpox. Edward Jenner's vaccine was the first and only vaccine to eradicate a disease, and it's the most successful vaccine ever. But Edward Jenner worked at a time when things were quite primitive, and we inherited a formulation technology from him that's called either percutaneous or scarification. And for those people who are my age, we've had a Jenner type vaccine that was administered on the arm with several jabs, and we're usually left with a dimple, a scar from receiving that vaccine. And for all this time, that type of administration was thought to be important to the immune response that Jenner's vaccine created. But now with our technology, we've realized that we believe we can get the same type of protection using a subcutaneous administration, which is much more cosmetically favorable and also has less risk of spreading, because sometimes children or even adults will touch where the vaccine was administered and then maybe, rub their face or their eyes.
Right, that's a bacterial superinfection, right? That's where that would come from?
Yes, well, there could be a bacterial superinfection here, but then some of the vaccine matter from the traditional approach might ooze out onto the skin. And it's a live virus vaccine. So we think that the subcutaneous administration route is both more favorable because of a reduced risk of bacterial superinfection, but also we think there should be less risk of spreading the live virus vaccine by the hands to other parts of the body.
Okay. I also want to ask you about TNX 102 SL. You had some notes about that one as well, and sort of this trial, some really some data from the trial that you're doing.
Yes, we're very pleased that the peer-reviewed publication of our phase 3 study, we call it the Resilience Study, was published online in the Journal of Pain Medicine. So that's very important to us because the study has stood up to peer review and now it's available online. And this program is the one where we have a target PDUFA date, which is a date when FDA has scheduled to make a decision about marketing authorization. We have a target PDUFA date of August 15th, 2025. So
Yeah.
we're very pleased to have the peer-reviewed publication of the article now available online.
And just so people understand that peer-reviewed means that groups of scientists will take your data and then do their own sort of work on a review of it and then publish the data, and that's why it's so significant.
Well, that means that this journal, in order to be published in this journal, the article has already been reviewed by peers who are scientific experts in fibromyalgia and drug trials. So the article that's now online has already been through peer review, And this is an important process because it gets our work out into the general scientific literature. And the August 15th date for a potential FDA decision on marketing authorization is important because we are not aware of any factors in the review of the drug which we think may delay approval. So we're optimistic about the August 15th date. And we're delighted that the peer-reviewed publication is now available online.
And of course, we invite people to go check that out for themselves as well. Dr. Letterman, thank you so much. Good update. Lots of stuff going on, and we really appreciate your time to be with us.
Thank you very much, Steve. Thanks for your interest.
All right, Dr. Seth Letterman, the CEO of Tonix Pharmaceuticals.